This is why you keep getting attacked by lust and you have high burdens. Now look, bro, when it comes to you being someone with responsibility, when it comes to you being someone with high stature, you got to know that you're going to be getting attacked at all angles. We must know that sexual energy is the most potent energy in the universe, and this world is doing everything it can to zap you of that. We know what's going on in the modern day society with low testosterone, with the men not being confident, with men and women not even having sex statistically on a scale as much as they should, because everybody's at a disarray. Hormones are out of whack. People don't know themselves. But this is a great thing, because what's happening is it's universal redefinition. So what basically that means is there are a lot of people who are stuck where they're at and will continue to keep being stuck, whether that's sexual dysfunction, whether that's life purpose, no purpose, whether that's what they're doing currently, whatever the case is, right? And there's also a large group of individuals who are daily choosing purpose, who are daily choosing insight, who are learning daily, who are allowing themselves to be brought in the enlightenment of truth, power, and all things that are righteous. And I'm not saying that to sound like some form of government. I'm not saying that to sound like a preacher or anything like that. I'm just keeping it 100, bro. When you wake up every day and you choose you, you're going to keep getting better. Point blank, period. So listen, peep game. You probably asking yourself right now, because you clicked on this video, why, after all that work I put in, right? Why, after all the sacrifice, why, after all of what I have done in this lifetime, do I continue to keep falling victim to lust? Now I'm gonna break this shit down so simple and so smooth to the point where you're gonna be able to get it like this. I'm not about to draw this video out. I'm not about to overcomplicate this shit. I'm about to break this shit down like I do every other video. So look, the reason why you keep falling victim to lust is because as a man, this is the #1 culprit that keeps an individual stuck. You may be in the gym, you may be making a lot of money, you may be spiritually in tune, but lust is the one thing that is keeping you bound to your lower desire. See, for a lot of people who are religious, right? For a lot of people who are in the word, they will call this the devil. And in all actuality, it really is the truth, because we got to know that there's entities working at all times. When we talk about rituals, when we talk about demonic spirits, when we talk about all these things, right? You got to realize that these things are operating at all times. This is the reason why you can be good all day, and then when nighttime falls, you turn into a completely different person. There's not a coincidence for this, bro. That is a spirit. You feel me? There's a reason why when people drink, you'll say that they turn into a completely different person. There are spirits in alcohol. And you could say the same thing with marijuana. You could say the same thing with these substances. You could say the same thing with anything that's mind altering, bro. When you're a righteous person, when you're a good person, when your aura is powerful, meaning that you're a light being and you're sent here to do good work, you're going to have to be getting attacked somehow, some way. And for a lot of men, unfortunately, that is due to lust. For a lot of men, unfortunately, that will be lust. You may not even drink. You may not even smoke. You may not even do a lot of different things that a lot of people do. But it's that one thing that you cannot get over, which is lust. Whether that be porn, whether that be sex, whether that be indulging in just different sexual activities, bro. It don't even have to be you with a woman. It could be some overly freaky shit that you just into, bro, for no reason. Because I ain't gonna lie. I know a lot of you niggas is... We ain't even gonna speak on it. But look, I digress. But look, like I said, bro, it could just be anything, bro. Like, once again, when you're great, you're going to have something that someone can use against you. And for a lot of people that watch my videos, for a lot of people that are in a certain position, what has happened is they have learned to conquer their light and their dark. Now, right now, you could be in the instance of where you're finding yourself, right? You're coming into yourself, you're getting more spiritually in tune, and you're trying to run away from your darkness, right? You're trying to run away from that aspect of you that isn't the most holiness, or isn't the most bright, or isn't the most joyful. But you have to realize that you have to master the light and the dark, bro. The light and the dark are needed, because as a man, you need to be able to be the most joyful, aspiring individual, and you need to be able to do damage if need be. Now, when it comes to lust is feeding off of what you naturally produce. Lust is feeding off of what you naturally have, which is sexual energy. It's just the flesh aspect of it. It's just the flesh aspect of you being who you already are. Now, a lot of this is contributed to you maybe watching porn earlier in your life. You may be being over-sexualized in your life. You may have a lot of things that you went through sexually earlier in your life. And later on, you start becoming over-sexualized as a human being. And it doesn't help that modern day society is over-sexualized. So now, once again, like I said in my last video, you're rationalizing what's going on, when in all actuality, you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, this isn't me. See, a lot of times, right, why people can't master self and why people come back is because they're trying to run from the aspects of who they already are, bro. If your dark side is you protecting your family, if your dark side is you being able to fight, if your dark side is you being able to harness that energy, you must do so, bro. You trying to run from it, right? You trying to be a goody two shoes in the eyes of society, right? You trying to be this individual that, bro, that's not realistic. Once again, all of us has light and all of us have dark. Some of us have more dark than we have light, and some of us have more light than we have dark. But we all have it. We all have that energy we can tap into. Just like I just said, bro, there's a time where you're disciplined. There's a time when you're focused. There's a time where you wouldn't even be worried about anything that's not conducive to your purpose. But then of a snap of a finger, right? Maybe it's a late night. Maybe it's a distraction. Maybe it's an Instagram explore page you're on, right? And you just get triggered and you get, it's like you just go down a rabbit hole, my nigga, and you have to pull yourself from, like, it's like you're drowning in water. You have to pull yourself up. So you have to realize that all of us have animal instincts. All of us have animal characteristics. We're human beings, bro. We're not perfect. But the thing about this life is a test. The modern day society test is how righteous can you be within society? How purposeful can you be while everything is pulling you away from either, like for my people that's religious, from God, from your word, from a lot of different things that you know are keeping you grounded, right? How sturdy and durable can you be on this journey we call life? This is why a lot of people can't figure this shit out. That's the only thing that you have to do. Come here, find yourself, right? And finding yourself a lot of times can just be remembering who you already are. And keep going down the path. All the extra shit, the building, the economy, all of these different things, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that you're, bro, listen, bro, that's going to be there. Focus on finding you first. Focus on building you first. Focus on making you the individual that you want to see in the mirror. Because it's not about the external world. It's not about your friends. It's not about your family, bro. It's about you being you. Because once again, right, if I'm on a basketball team and I can't show up and play my position, I'm not going to be able to play. So if you use that same analogy for what your life looks like, if you're not mentally well, right? If you're not physically fit, if you're not spiritually in tune, you can't show up in the world. No matter what your purpose is, no matter if you're a gamer, no matter if you're in the content, no matter if you're in the music, no matter what art form you're in, bro, you're not going to be able to show up in that in your highest capability if you are not yourself. And one thing we got to realize is that it's okay to take time away from social media. It's okay to take time away from the outside world. It's okay to be isolated. Just don't stay isolated. It's okay to take time to focus on you. It's okay to take time to really pour into yourself. See, honestly, bro, in America, if the world would just focus on themselves, right? Focus on themselves meaning meditating. Focus on themselves meaning cleansing, eating healthy. Focus on themselves meaning getting themselves financially in order, setting their self up, setting their kids up, setting their kids up. Bro, the world would be such a great place. Not just speaking about that one country. I'm talking about the world, right? There's a lot of different countries that are doing that and that are thriving behind the scenes. But this is what I mean when I say, bro, your life is a reflection of you, right? The people that you meet, the experiences that you have, the places that you place yourself in, all of these things are a representation of you. This is why I tell you guys in my last video, don't go for the money. You're going to always want to go for the highest dollar amount. You're going to always want to go for the biggest incentive. You're going to always want to go for the biggest quick money grab, right? But you have to realize that when you believe in yourself, when you know who you are, energy is just going to flow, meaning money is just going to flow. All you got to do is show up. All I got to do is show up, bro. All I got to do is show up, give y'all this game, work on my business, work on myself, keep getting smarter, keep getting knowledgeable, keep getting more strong in all different forms of facets. So I'll be able to go through more of what I need to go through on my journey to become more magnificent. That's all I have to do is just keep showing up, bro. You only lose when you stop showing up. So once again, bro, look, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Keep grinding, keep growing, keep succeeding, keep finding yourself every day. Keep pouring in yourself every day and keep striving to be the highest version of yourself. I love y'all, man. I'm out.